Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We are here at Sidney High School where the Butler Aviators take on the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Today's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Sweeterman Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, NKTelco, NKT.TV, BullerStore.com, Wagner's IGA, Cargill, Grand Lake Health System, Clopay Building Products, Moran's Refrigerations, and First National Bank. Thank you to those fine sponsors that allow us to bring you this. And tonight it's G-Walk American North football between two teams that find themselves in the middle of the pack right now. The Aviators 2-1 in conference play. Sidney 1-2. Again, they are trailing Troy in the American North, who is on top of that league at 3-0. These teams part of the Greater Western Ohio Conference. And we are set here for kickoff, and doing the kicking off first will be the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets coming in off of a loss last week to Troy, at Troy, 38-19. On the other hand, Butler, a win at home against Piqua, a 2-point win, 27-25. The ball is teed up, and we are set here for the opening kickoff on a nice night for football right now. No rain in the air, but a breeze blowing left to right as the kick is underway and our game has started. Not able to get the runner down. It'll be a big gain across the midfield. A nice run by the Aviators. I believe it was number 25, Ryan Martin. Nice job. Yellow Jackets did not wrap and drop back in their own territory, and instead Martin able to advance it across midfield into Yellow Jacket territory. Excellent field position for the Aviators, and that is where they will start off. They are 5-3 overall. They were 4-6 last year, so they've already improved on that win total, and they're looking to stay just a game back of Troy. And they will open up on offense again in great field position. Their quarterback is Mason Motter. Motter will keep it and fall forward for a few yards. So Motter, the ball carrier on the season quarterbacking. Motter has completed 67 of his 130 passes for 814 yards. That's a 52% completion rate. He's thrown for 9 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions. You also see Motter, number 6, while not throwing the ball, also a number of rushing attempts as well. Second leading ball carrier for the Aviators this season at 110 attempts for 428 yards. That's just south of 4 yards a carry and 4 rushing touchdowns for Motter. And there's a penalty in the game's first flag is thrown. I'm going to take that back. I should say timeout. We'll keep it right here, and we'll go through our keys to the game here as we'll go through them while the teams take timeout here early in the first quarter. And Butler's keys to the game tonight: pressure the quarterback. Get some pressure on the Sidney quarterback. They threw 6 interceptions last week in their loss, so they'll look to put some pressure on him, force him to throw some errant passes. And also the running game, it's strong. I mentioned Mason Motter. They also have Ryan Martin in the backfield averaging nearly 6 yards a carry. If they can control the ground game, they'll control the clock. And for the Sidney Yellow Jackets, knock down turnovers. I mentioned the number of interceptions they had last week. Had not had any the weeks before. Got to make sure they didn't do any tonight. And defensive performance, can they put their front line up against Butler's front line and slow down the running attack and maybe get some aggressive turnovers on defense? So there are your keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Thank you to Keyhole Pizza for providing our keys to the game tonight. And a good defensive play by the Yellow Jackets here as it begins to gently rain or mist a little bit. And it brings up an important 3rd and 6 here. Again, great field, good starting field position for the Aviators. They'll look to try to convert here to keep that drive alive. And it's Motter untouched. Not until the first down marker is he touched, and he falls forward for a few more. good run by Mason Motter. So an important third down, an early one here in this contest, is converted, and the Aviators will keep the drive alive. Shotgun formation or pistol formation is Motter in the backfield. Hendricks in motion. Hendricks with the carry. Hendricks on the season, just his fifth, or came into this game with just 4 carries for 8 yards. So not a lot of carries for Connor Hendricks, and he was stopped there for just a short gain of 1 yard. Center on the Aviator line of scrimmage right there, number 4, Dylan Buchanan. Nice job by Sidney with a good stop on defense. Martin held for a short gain. Ryan Cagle in on a stop. And again, another 3rd and long here, and probably 4-down territory for the Aviators. But it could be a good defensive stand for the Yellow Jackets to get the Aviators off the field without points, considering where they started. Handoff again for short yards. I believe it's number 25, Ryan Martin. So brings up now 4th down and about 6. 4th down and 5. So the defense for the Yellow Jackets will be called on now to make a stand. Clock running, 8.5 minutes with the ball on the 27-yard line. Handoff goes to Martin. He is hitting the backfield and not going to get the first down. Nice stop by the defensive unit. Braden Dean, number 7. Take a good look at it here. He's the first one to make contact, and he slowed him up and got a lot of help from his buddies, and a good 4th down stop on defense. And the pressure there limits the Aviators to just the 1 first down, and a turnover on downs, and the Sidney offense will go to work. Their first possession. And they are led by number 19 quarterback Ryan Dunham. Had those 6 interceptions, or as a team last week they had 6 interceptions, and will obviously look to reduce that factor. On the season, Dunham has completed 104 passes in 191 attempts. That's about a 55% completion ratio. And they go quickly back to the line of scrimmage, and we'll go here quickly on 2nd and 8. The screen pass over the head of Philly Brown. Quamir Brown, a freshman, wearing number 1, pass over his head. He has lightning speed. If they can get him the ball, look out. Just a freshman. And now they'll bring up a 3rd down and 8, and quickly that momentum the defense gave the offense could come to a sudden halt here if Sidney cannot get a first down. They might get some extra yards here if the defense definitely encroached the neutral zone. Were they drawn off, or will it be 5 free yards for Sidney? That helps. That helps. So now 3rd down 3. They're quickly at the line of scrimmage, ready to go. Now they look over to Coach Dunges, and will get the call after they've seen the defensive alignment. Dunham with the snap, loses the ball, and it looks like Butler came up with the game's first turnover. And I'm still waiting for the official, and there's the official sign or signal. So unfortunate break for Dunham, a turnover. Mentioned the keys of the game, eliminating the turnovers, and that one will give the ball right back to Butler. An excellent field position on the 27. Butler again on the season. We'll take another look at here. Their defense getting some pressure on Dunham, and I think just losing the handle. Not so much that the defense probably forced it. Dunham loses the handle. Turnover with 7:44 to go in the first quarter. Pass nearly intercepted. I believe it was knocked backwards by number 22. We'll take another look, hopefully, at that. That would have been Kristen Townsend. It is Kristen Townsend, and nearly would have been nice for the Yellow Jackets to come up with that deflected interception, and just fell in the middle of a lot of yellow jerseys. Brings up 2nd and 10. Butler 5-3 on the season, 2-1 in league play. Martin getting nothing started, and he has tackled for a loss of, I believe number 7 actually got him, or number 2, maybe Darren. Oh, Josh Hartlett, that is correct. Number 3. Boy, a big play by Sidney again on Martin. After Martin had a great run back to give him good starting field position on the first drive, they've held him in check when rushing the ball. Pass in and out of and through the hands of 18, Blake Ross. Quickly now it goes to 4th and 13, and we'll see once if the Aviators under head coach John Puckett in his first year, I would think looks like they're going to punt it. So number 17, Andrew Bourne. His first putt. It's a high kick, takes a Sidney bounce, and well, they snapped it on the 30, and they will give the ball now to Sidney on the 17. So they gained 13 yards. I was a little surprised they wouldn't have just maybe tried to throw it and maybe get a defensive pass interference or throw it in the end zone, and if Sidney would happen to intercept it, just bring it out to the 20, but they do get the Yellow Jackets inside of the 20-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets will look to improve upon that drive that ended in a turnover in their first possession. Get some yards here and move the chains. Dunham keeps it, looking for a block, needs a block. Escapes a tackle, but will get out just past the line of scrimmage. Well defended by Butler. And now to bring up 2nd and 9. Okay, 2nd and 10, no gain as the official sticks are across the way, and a lot of running but no yards vertically, if you will, a lot of side to side. And mentioned that rain had started coming down, and possibly that's what caused Dunham to lose the handle in his last attempt. Quamir Brown with the catch and a gain of about 7 or 8. So good play there as Brown, his 15th catch on the season, right here coming into your living room as he will go forward. He has 107 yards on the season, averages just under 8 yards a catch, and has 1 receiving touchdown on the season. And tackled for no gain is going to be number 24, E.J. Davis. Davis stopped, and quickly the punt unit comes out, so another 3 and out for Sidney, but this time they will have a chance to punt it away. Noah Houts, number 84, will do the punting, 5'10" senior. Sorry, it's number 19, Ryan Dunham with the punting duties, and a snap a little high through his hands, and another turnover on downs. An excellent starting field position for Butler as the rain, again, as you see it on your monitor, coming down now much heavier, and that has apparently aided to a couple of turnovers by the Yellow Jackets. And boy, you can't get much better starting field position for Butler. They've started all 3 of their drives now inside of Sidney territory, and each time it gets a little bit closer. This one on the 6-yard line. First down and goal for the Aviators. Motter will hand off and into the end zone for apparently a 6-yard touchdown is number 25. Ryan Martin takes advantage of the turnover, a 6-yard run, and the Aviators, with excellent field position here in this first quarter, take advantage of it at the 5:35 mark. On for the extra point is number 17, Andrew Bourne, and they will have to roll out here and go for the 2-point try into the end zone, and they get it. 10-1, number 10, Alex joins to number 1, Gavin Casella, the 2-point conversion. Wow, good start for the Aviators. Tough break for Sidney. We'll take a look at it, the touchdown, and you'll see Martin going over the right side, hit but not able to be stopped, and falls down into the end zone for the game's first score at the 5:35 mark. And again, that 2-point conversion, Alex joins, hits Gavin Casella, and we're going to hopefully get, I think, another look at that 2-point conversion here possibly, as nearly those situations like that never come to fruition, and they were able to make it happen for the 2-pointer. Now 8-0, and we'll take a look at it here. Again, wet conditions on the field. The snap through his hands, and joins, being pressured, just doing what I thought they should have done on 4th down before. Throw it in the end zone, see what happens, and then this time it's not intercepted, but rather caught by Gavin Casella, a junior. So big play by the Aviators, and boy, that rain has really had its hand, if you will, on a number of loose balls tonight, and in particular twice against Sidney. And they were not able to capitalize, or I should say they were not able to get through it, and the Aviators able to make a 2-point play out of their mishandled ball. And here's a short kick, and returned up to the 46 by number 22, Kristen Townsend. And again, boy, the Yellow Jackets need to get something going here on offense, positive, move the chains, get a first down, and basically hold on to the ball and try to keep the Aviators defense on the field a little bit longer here. Quamir Brown, side-to-side running, sidesteps, and will fall forward for about a 6-yard carry. So Quamir Brown saw him catch a pass on the last drive. His 16th, or came into this game with 15 rushing attempts, 161 yards, a nice 10.74 average. His long on the season is 74 yards, and he has 2 rushing touchdowns. They would like to, again, get him out in space and let him use his speed and make some plays for the Yellow Jackets, who are still looking for their first down. The quick pass off to number 11, Caleb Harris. He will fall forward for about a yard on the carry, or the catch, I should say. 3rd down, 4. Boy, 3rd down conversions are key for successful football teams, and Sidney needs a conversion here to sustain this drive and earn their first down and try to get a little bit of rhythm, confidence on offense. Dunham looks over the side to get the call, and they're ready to go. The pitch out again. This time Harris on the pitch versus the catch, and he's going to fall forward for the first down. And a good job by Caleb Harris. And the Yellow Jackets at the 4:03 mark of the first quarter get that important first down, and hopefully can build upon that and get some more positive plays. They quickly like what they see. They go after it on the quick snap, and Harris lumbers forward for 4. Harris, the leading rushing player on the Sidney team. He came into this game 122 carries for 782 yards. an 8 or 6.4 average, and he loses the handle and is going to lose some yards. And luckily, though, Caleb Harris holds on to the ball. So Sidney had some positive things going. That hurts. But luckily for Sidney, they're able to hang on to it. But boy, it's going to bring up 3rd and about 18. Rain and wind blowing in the face of the Yellow Jack offensive unit right now. A strong wind is here at Sidney Stadium, and they look down the field. The ball hung up in the air a little bit. It's intercepted by number 8 of the Aviators, and he will be pushed out of bounds near midfield. Making the interception is Nicholas Murphy. So defensive play by the Butler Aviators. Take a look at it here. The wind, I think, really held that ball up, and just not able to get a lot of zip on the pass from Dunham. And making the interception, again, number 8, Nicholas Murray. So defensive play by the Aviators. And for Nicholas Martin, that's his 3rd interception on the season. And they go back to work, and keeping the ball is the quarterback, number 6, Mason Motter. And he is near a Aviator first down. So the Aviators quickly take advantage of that momentum from the interception. A good return, and they get 9 on first down. 2nd and 1 from the Sidney 42. Motter keeps it. He's tripped up near a first down. And on the tackle for the Yellow Jackets, Christian Redderer, number 6, and also number 14, Seth Klingler, in to stop the ball handler. But now 3rd and still a very, give it a yard, just maybe at or over a yard. Motter keeps it. Running room on the left side. He's not touched until he's well past the first down marker. And good surge for a first down by Motter, and the chains will move as the Aviators get down to the Yellow Jacket 32. Aviators have had excellent field position, and I'm thinking all of their drives have started in Sidney Yellow Jacket territory. Motter keeps it and up the middle. Another good gain, and one thing Coach Dunges was happy with last week, even though in the loss, they held Troy to just 3 yards rushing per attempt. And Coach Dunges was hoping that defense would continue to play pretty good against the run, holding them to an average of 3 yards per carry last week. And right now the defense has been put in some tough spots, and they broke last drive on a 6-yard touchdown run by Ryan Martin. And Martin gets down near another one, and he's going to be tackled at the 2-yard line. So the Ryan Martin show in effect right here, as he will take the handoff, and good blocking, and again, really untouched until well downfield, and Sidney able to drop him down, but not until he reaches the 2-yard line. So first down and goal to go. Martin on the season came in with a very impressive 13 rushing touchdowns on the season. Already has 1 so far tonight. And he fumbles the ball, I think, or they're going to whistle him down. So potentially it was going to be a break. The ball squirted out. The referees rule him down at the 1-yard line. Boy, that would have been a huge break for Sidney, as that will be the end of our first 12-minute quarter here at Sidney. The Aviators of Butler lead the Yellow Jackets of Sidney 8-0. We'll be back with second quarter football here on NKTelco Sports.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us! For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sidney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at cargill.com.
Welcome back. The second quarter starts with the Aviators on the 1-yard line. They give it off to Martin, and the signal from the far side is hands up. That's a touchdown, a 1-yard run in the first play of the second quarter. So 1-yard run by Ryan Martin. And it was his work that got them down there. Again, that followed an interception by the defense by number 8, Nicholas Murphy. And returned it to the 50, and then later a few runs by Martin. And now the extra point is missed. So the score stays at 14, but the Aviators a 2-touchdown lead as we'll take another look at the 1-yard run by Martin. Again, just a lot of power, guys, just pushing forward. Didn't need a bunch, and he got a bunch. And remember, this was the play after what nearly was a fumble, but ruled down to the other end of the field. So tough calls. Would have been looked like it was recovered by Sidney, but the play was ruled down, and it stayed with Butler, and they take advantage of it and come back from the break. And on the first play, a 1-yard run by Ryan Martin. That now is his 15th rushing touchdown of the season, and his good numbers continue to be very positive for the Aviators, and one of the reasons why they're 5-3 this year, 2-1 in conference play. Remember, it was just 4-6 last year was Butler. Yellow Jackets, I think last year 10-2. They would like to get this win and give them a chance to get to 6-4. They are 4-4 right now. A win tonight would obviously make them 5-4, and then would close out the regular season against Greenville next week here at Sidney. Greenville currently winless in conference play this year, but 3 wins outside of conference. So the Yellow Jackets have dug themselves a hole. A couple turnovers have been the result or the reason they've been in a situation, and had a first down on their last drive and then looked like things were going well, but a fumbled handoff or a fumble by the running back. Caleb Harris really pushed the ball back a lot of yards. They recovered it, and then the next play an interception. So here is Quamir Brown, and he goes forward for a nice run from the 37 of Sidney all the way down to call it the 45 of Butler. 18-yard pickup, I believe, there. So, and quickly, Sidney will go to the line of scrimmage like they've done most of the night. Line up quickly. And if they like what they see, they go, and they like it this time, and they'll fall forward again for a couple-yard pickup. And now with the wind behind their back, Sidney will have that advantage, and the rain has apparently stopped now. That drizzle mist that we were under for the first quarter. Waiting on the snap is Dunham. Nearly jump, but they say no, he did not break the neutral zone. You can jump on defense as long as you don't jump into the neutral zone. Dunham looks long, nice spiral. Well thrown ball for Lathan Jones. It was only going to be caught by Lathan or out of bounds, and that's what you want. You don't want interception, but boy, nice tight spiral, a lot of loft on it. And maybe it was thrown a little outside, but boy, after a number of interceptions last week and then the tough throw into the wind earlier in the first quarter, kind of just a nice sight that you can see a tight spiral, and really your receiver is going to be the only one that has a chance. So it brings up now a 3rd and 6. So a big play here for the Sidney offense. Dunham with a clap of the hands. Time to throw. Now we'll roll to the left, thrown across his body, open receiver. It will be picked off. It's deflected and picked off by number 10, Alex Joins. And Joins will return it all the way down to the 32. So there's a penalty flag back on the 34-yard line. But for right now, it's another interception for the Aviator defense. We'll see what the penalty is. It could have been on the return. Right now the ball sits on about the 38. I'm sorry, the 33-yard line of Sidney. We have an injured Yellow Jacket down back across the midfield stripe on about the 40-yard line as the referees get together to find out what this penalty is all about. And it probably is going to be during the return, unfortunately, so it'll probably stay with Butler. The ball was tipped and ultimately intercepted right now by Alex Joins and returned. So we'll see if that will stand. Long discussion as we try to get an explanation here of what's going on.
After the interception,
well, the holding on Sidney before the throw will be declined. The penalty then, I believe, holding against Butler after the interception will be enforced from the spot of the foul. So that will put the ball, instead of being down on the 33 of Sidney, it's going to put it back probably near the 27 or 25-yard line, it looks like. So although they were intercepted, the ball definitely will be put back because of the penalty. And for Alex Joins, he also now has his 3rd interception on the season. He and Nick Murphy each with a pick tonight. And for the first time in the game, the Butler Aviators will start in their own field position, back on their 25, and try to build upon a 14-0 lead on 2 rushing touchdowns by number 25, Ryan Martin. Martin that time stopped for a loss of 1. Sidney's defense has, again, kind of been put on the spot here in this first half. They've had to defend short field drives, if you will, for the Aviators. See once they can do it again here, put some pressure. There's a snap a little high, but Mason Motter able to recover it, but kind of probably took him out of his rhythm. And he is tackled for a loss. Braden Dean, number 7 on the stop. Also number 22, Townsend, in on the stop. And boy, it'd be nice here if the Yellow Jackets on 3rd and 12 can get a stop to prevent the first down. You got to think the Aviators would punt if they do not gain a first down. They'll be punting into a wind, and again, the mist, the drizzle has picked up again here at Sidney Memorial Stadium. Motter Boy, needed 12, and he gets about 14. Big run there by quarterback Mason Motter. Tough break for the Sidney defense. Had a chance to get him off the field, could not. And again, Motter, a good runner on the season for the Aviators. Between him and Martin, they do a lot of the rushing attacks, and maybe I mentioned it before, Motter on the ground came in with 428 rushing yards, just under a 4-yard average, and has 4 rushing touchdowns. That run, though, big run, keeps the ball with his team, and they don't have to punt. And there's a stoppage of play with 8:48 left. Offsides on Sidney. Appears to be the penalty. So the penalty will give the Aviators 5 free yards. John Puckett in his first year at Butler. And boy, nice run again by, I believe it was Martin, number 25. So he gets a first down, and again, the Aviators get to move the chains as they approach midfield. The Aviators have dominated this series in the last 10 meetings. They've won 8 of the 10 contests as Martin gets the ball out on the side, and a good job by the Sidney defense smothering him for a short gain. Sidney won last year's contest 55-34 at Butler. And the year before that, it was almost identical score with Butler winning 52-28. That game played here at Sidney, and then it was way back in 2009 in overtime that Sidney defeated Butler 21-14, and that game was at Butler. So again, the past 10 games, 8 of them have been won by Butler. Sidney, that is a screen pass. Sidney trying to, they got to win last year, trying to start a streak of their own and get this record, if you will, flipped around. But boy, a tough task at hand tonight, trailing 14-0 here in the second quarter. Definitely have some time to get it back, but need to get the Aviators off the field and on offense, sustain a drive and basically keep the ball, not have a turnover. Third down 8. Motter strung out, nowhere to go. Good pursuit by the Yellow Jackets. Townsend 22, Dean 7. They've been there. We've called their names quite a few times already tonight. They make the good defensive play, and this will bring up now 4th and 7. And the Aviators will hustle their punt team on as number 17 for the Aviators will do the punting duties. This is Andrew Boren, and he'll be again now punting into a pretty brisk wind that's going to be right in his face. And that kick is hung up and will spiral out of bounds. And on the angle, it's going to be a very short kick. They'll line him up, and it's going to be around probably the 40-yard line. So good field position at the 41 where Sidney will take over with just under 7 minutes to go, 6:59 to be exact. Boy, here's a great chance to put a drive together. And a touchdown here to cut this lead in half would kind of erase a lot of that bad taste in your mouth that they've had so far here in this first half. So the offense with the football right now on the Butler 41. Handoff, Quamir Brown spun around, I should say, and no gain for Quamir Brown. Number 2, Nicholas Coyle, and 6, Mason Motter. You'll see the replay here as Quamir Brown really nowhere to go as Coyle and Motter there to make the tackle. junior quarterback Ryan Dunham rolls to his left, floats it downfield, a nice one-handed catch. Nope, they'll say not so, as I thought on the far side that Lathan Jones made the catch. So unfortunate there, the Sidney couldn't come up with a catch. Boy, that was a eerie play that Dunham rolled to his left again and had to throw against his body. A similar play that ended up in interception earlier this quarter, but that time it was Jones that had only a chance at the ball. And that one thrown to a spot. Raytez Roberts, the intended receiver, just a bit off target, as that ball was already thrown before Roberts turned. That's by design. Roberts kind of turned in, the ball went out, and that'll stop the clock with 6:08 left. So the Sidney Yellow Jackets not able to do much at all in that drive. As you see the good look at the rain again in our cameras, and the wind blowing the American flag left to right. Punt now here for the Yellow Jackets. And that is Dunham, the quarterback, with the punt. Takes a Sidney bounce, fielded by Martin. Martin dances, eludes a tackler or so, and then is dropped. So a good coverage by the Yellow Jackets. They hold Martin in check, and with 5:56 to go, Butler will take over again inside their own territory at about the 29-yard line. Troy Trojans on top of the American North Division so far with a 3-0 record, and then two teams at 2-1. Butler and Piqua both 2-1. Then Sidney and Tippecanoe each 1-2, and Greenville follows it up at 0-3 here in the American North Division. Run up the middle by Motter for about 6. Butler defeated Piqua last week 27-25 to give Piqua their first league loss. A week before that, Butler was shut out by Troy 25-0. And Troy, as I mentioned, leads the American North with a 3-0 record. Troy also 7-1 overall. Handoff, boy, nothing working there, as good defense by the Yellow Jackets. Martin held in check. So again, brings up another important third down. See once if the Yellow Jackets defense can come up with a play here. A couple of those guys out there, 64 Joey Bishop, 58 Colin Jones. Right there in the middle of the field, number 7, defensive end Braden Dean. And Motter will be stopped, as making one of the part of that tackle is number 6, Christian Redderer. So good job there as they're bringing up 4th down, but I've got to think Butler would punt. And there they go, another lineman out there. Yeah, Joey Bishop, 64, so they flip sides. It's a full line change as Butler will, boy, if they could get too many men on the field and off sides, they could get a first down. Sidney does a nice job getting off the field, and Brown will watch it bounce by, and it will take a bit of a aviator hop down inside the 20. And with the wind at their back and 3:49 to go into half, Sidney will take over, and they could really use a score here before halftime. They would be getting the ball back to start the third quarter. So drive here and a score near half. A little momentum. Come out of halftime, get another score with the ball. You've tied it up. Sounds easy, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult than that, as you're playing against a pretty good Aviator squad and defensively very sound. Nice running room up the middle for Harris. He's drugged down. So the center on the Yellow Jacket team is Brian Jones. Guards Dylan Vanderpool and Cooper Collinsworth. Tackles Evan Kennedy, Zach Smothers. Those are some of the guys on the line of scrimmage. You don't get to see much, or I should say hear their names mentioned. They do a lot of the work on the line as they will try to pick up a few more yards here on second down. And that time into the backfield quickly are the Aviators. I believe it was number 3, Matthew Motter. Matthew Motter it was, as he really disrupted the offense and made a huge play. So now 3rd and 6. Again, after a good first down run, Sidney comes up with a loss of yards play, and now a 3rd and 6. So important down here if the Yellow Jackets can sustain this drive. Pass floats, it's caught, nice catch. And with a first down grab, I believe it was Lathan Jones, a junior. And that's a first down, so good job by Dunham and also Jones. Both of those guys, classmates, both are juniors. And a positive run again of about 8 yards for Caleb Harris, 5'10" senior running back. Gets another positive yards. Harris, I mentioned earlier, just under 800 yards coming into this game, a 6.4 average. And this is Harris again, first down. So into Butler territory, and this is a nice looking drive under 2 minutes, and the clock stops in high school football on first down, so that'll give the Yellow Jackets a chance to line up. Plenty of time left. They have 3 timeouts left. Clock winds. Penalty flag will stop the action as they will draw the Aviators off sides with the hand clap. Number 44 jumps. That's Quentin Glover. So another free 5 yards. So that helps. Again, any type of score now before half, and then give the Aviators little time if possible. Obviously, you want to score whenever you can, but don't allow the Aviators a chance or any option to score before half. Harris gets the pitch in the backfield. He uses his speed to get around the corner. Look, for a moment he would be tackled for loss, and he turns really a negative play into a gain of about 3. So now, remember, because of the penalty, it's now 2nd and 2, a long 2 or solid 2 yards. Clock running at 1:26. Harris again needs a first down, gets a first down. If he get out of bounds would be nice, and he does do just that. So not only a first down, but it stops the clock. Coach Dungeon can conserve his 3 timeouts. 1:17 left. And again, the clock stops or stays stopped, and there's a, I should say, a whistle. And Sidney will take a timeout. We'll take one also and come back with more high school football on NKTelco Sports.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier sofa and sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
1:17 left, and for most of this first half, it looked rather dismal, maybe would be a good word, offensively performance by the Yellow Jackets. But this drive, they've shaken off all of those miscues, mistakes, and negative plays, and they put together a nice drive with 1:17. Have not capitalized yet, meaning put it in the end zone. And that call, or that play there, not successful. So loss of really just time now. They still have 2 timeouts as we approach the final 60 seconds. But boy, it'd be nice here to get a score. Dunham pressured, gets hit, able to get away, flips it over a defender to Harris, and if he can get out of bounds, and a smart play by number 11 as Harris gets a first down, and nice flip of the football by Dunham. Replay there as you will see it. He was contacted, hit, and then kind of just a flip over number 8. And important play there that Murphy didn't come up with it as the rain becomes kind of at waves now. Now it's falling pretty heavily again. 51 seconds left. First down, Quamir Brown turns a corner, goes up the middle, fighting for yards, pushes forward, and wow, ends up with a nice 12-yard gain as Sidney now just outside the 10-yard line. Plenty of time left, 43 seconds, 2 timeouts left. And that time they are stopped for no yards. So Sidney will stop the clock with another timeout. We'll take one with them with 36 seconds to go. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back with 36 seconds. We got a timeout on the field. We also have a player injured, and I believe it's a yellow jacket. As they aid to him, we'll remind everyone tonight of our sponsors that allow us to bring you this broadcast, and they include Wilson Health, Caring Without Limits, Precision Strip, NKT.TV, BullerStore.com, Wagner's IGA, serving communities for over 95 years, Grand Lake Health, Cloplay Building Products, America's favorite garage door, Moran's Refrigeration, your appliance expert, serving Northwest Ohio for over 70 years, PSG Automotive Outfitters, Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime, Sweeterman Pharmacy, pharmacies located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta, New Knoxville Supply, Cargill, Minster Dental, Francis Furniture. Our keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, and our replays that you've been seeing tonight have been brought to you by Winners Meats, quality meats for over 90 years. And the injured player for Sidney is number 77, Brian Jones. He is their center. So, boy, of all people to lose, you don't lose anyone. Now you lost the center on the line. Pass will be incomplete. Intended for number 8, Ratez Roberts. And in now to be the center or to snap the ball is number 60. His name is Dylan Shukri. He's a junior. Big shoes to fill for number 77 as Brian Jones hurt. 60, Dylan Shukri in to do the snapping duties. And there's a pass, and incomplete. It's a premature cannon blast. So that'll bring up now 4th down and 11. So big play coming up here. Will they go for the touchdown? And apparently they will keep the offense on the field. And there's a penalty. So it'll be against Butler, so Lehman will be thankful for that. That'll make this 4th and 11. And a little bit shorter, still 4th and 6. Big play here with 27 seconds, how important this would be. And now it appears they will possibly send on the field goal unit, and that looks to be just the case. Haley Truesdale, number 86, will do the kicking. The kick is up. And the kick is good. And your score, 14-3. Nice job by Truesdale getting a 33-yard field goal to go through with 22 seconds left. A big scoring drive. I know they wanted to get more than 3, but it's better than 0. A 33-yard kick by Haley Truesdale has the Yellow Jackets on the board, and Truesdale has been having a bit of a leg issue this year, but she's continued to do pretty well kicking the ball on the season. She's now 4 for 4 from field goal range or attempts, her long being 29. So if I have that right, I believe the ball was snapped on about the 6. So you had 10 for the end zone, 16, 7, 23-yarder is what it was. 23-yard field goal by Truesdale, her 4th of the season. An extra point, she's been 16 out of 20 this year. And again, field goals perfect, 4 for 4. And just 22 seconds left until halftime. So remember, Sydney will get the ball back to start the 3rd quarter. So we'll see once if they can take this momentum into the locker room. And again, they handed Butler some very nice field position all through the first half. And Butler took advantage of it most of the time. And a couple drives where they turned it over on downs, Butler did once at least on 4th down, but were able to capitalize on a couple other ones. And that's where we stand, 14-3. Kicking the ball away is Cam Vordemark. And try to be important here to contain, and they do. They get number 26, Connor Hendricks, down. And with just 15 seconds, I would expect Butler to take the knee and head into the locker room as, again, the rain continuing to come down at a pretty good pace now. And that's apparently what we will have here is a kneel down to end the first half. And that is the case. The final 13 seconds are running. Both teams will hustle to the locker room and take advantage of the dry environment there as the first half has come to an end here with Butler on top of Sydney, 14-3. We'll take a break for halftime. When we come back, we'll have second half action here on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Our 1,500 square foot showroom and pro shop at bowlerstore.com is stocked with bowling balls, bags, shoes, accessories, and apparel. The pro shop is equipped with 2 drill presses, measuring devices, and bowling ball maintenance machines to keep your ball rolling great. We offer private lessons for individuals and groups. Moxie's Extra Pair inside bowlerstore.com is also available to rent for private events. Be sure to check out bowlerstore.com or visit our pro shop in Versailles, Ohio for all your bowling product needs.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Welcome back to Sidney Memorial Stadium here on NKTelco Sports. And we're at halftime with the Butler Aviators on top by 11 points, 14-3 over the Sidney Yellow Jackets. In our first half stats look like this for Butler. A lot of their damage was done on the ground, 99 rushing yards, just 2 passing yards for a total of 101. Sidney, 40 rushing yards, 31 passing yards, total of 71. Big difference in the game, those 3 turnovers. Those big 3 turnovers have resulted in all of 14 points for Butler, and also third down conversions. Hasn't come into play too much. Remember, Butler has had very short field position to start with, but they were able to take advantage of a couple of those opportunities. They're 3 of 7 on third down, and then Sidney is 2 of 8. So that's where we're at on our first half stats. And what's important is Sidney scored a 26-yard field goal by Hallie Truesdale with 15 seconds to go in the second quarter to get on the board. So that's good, and now they get the ball back, and it'll be, I think they'll wind. Yeah, they'll be going into the wind, right to left. But a chance now to score before Butler gets the ball back. So can they take advantage of this opportunity? Had a nice drive to end the first half that got them down inside the red zone, and the drive stalled, but Truesdale does come through with the points. The 4th made field goal for Hallie this season, and the much needed points for the Yellow Jackets. So we are set here for third quarter action. This is a G-Walk football game tonight between the American North teams, as catching the ball and falling down is Kristen Redderer. And unfortunately, he loses his balance, and that's where the drive will start here in the third quarter. So long field to go, but remember, the important thing right now is to hang on to the ball, as the rain has let up here in the third quarter. But 3 turnovers in the first half have hurt the Yellow Jackets. Direct snap to Caleb Harris. He lumbers forward for about 8 yards. And Harris had a nice job, nice ground game in the first half, and I will get you his stats here shortly as they go back to offense quickly. This time the handoff to Quamir, no, that's Harris, Caleb Harris across for first down yard. So good 2 runs by Harris to start the third quarter. And in the first half, Harris recorded. I'll find it here in a second. There we go. Harris, 12 rushes for 32 yards. But boy, he has opened up here now with 3 carries for almost 20 in just 3 carries, a 9-yard gain there. So he's already gotten 10 plus on the first down in the first couple possessions, and now 9 more. So Harris, 32 yards in the first half. Quamir Brown, 4 carries, 35 yards. And Harris, they go 4 straight runs. Ground control for Harris. He moves the chains again. Leading ball carrier for Butler in the first half was Mason Motter. He had 62 yards and 11 carries. He's a quarterback, but also rushing the ball for Butler in the first half. Ryan Martin, he finishes the half with 12 carries on 36 yards and 2 touchdowns. Gain of 2 yards there for Sidney. Not a lot of passing done in the first half. Harris struggled in the conditions. Just 4 of 12 with 2 interceptions. As this is Harris around the right side through the middle, and boy, he's done a nice job. He's going to be near a first down. His forward progress will be short, stopped, I should say, just short of first down. So 3rd down and 1. Mentioned Dunham, 4 of 12 with 2 picks in the first half. Mason Motter, just 4 attempts, 1 completion for 2 yards. So very little success for Aviators through the air. Here is Dunham keeping it himself around the left side. He gets a first down. Sidney down to the Butler 35-yard line, and a nice looking drive here to start the 3rd quarter drive. They would love to get a touchdown and get this to a 4-point ball game. And remember, this drive into the wind, but they've kept it all on the ground. A lot of it's come from number 11, Caleb Harris. I also want to note that there's another run by Cormier Brown around the left side, as in the first half, Sidney's center on the line, Brian Jones, was hurt. Late in the 2nd quarter, he is back on the line of scrimmage. He's a center, number 77. I believe the guards are number 71, Dylan Vanderpool, and also 56, Cooper Collinsworth. The tackles, Zach Smothers wears number 53. Evan Kennedy wears 76. There's a high snap. Nice job getting the ball away. Nice pass. There's Brown out in the open, and Brown will keep working. He takes a disaster and on the catch turns it into positive yard, if you will. But boy, that snap that Dunham ran down could have been very dangerous, and Dunham able to throw a nice tight spiral into the wind across the field. 3rd down and 7 from the 32-yard line of Butler. There's encroachment. What's a 3rd time, I believe, here in this game that we've seen Butler jump off sides. And in the first half, they had 4 penalties for 25 yards, and I would think at least 2 or 3 of them were that encroachment penalty. So this brings up a much more manageable 3rd down, 2 yards from the 27. Caleb Harris gets a first down. Caleb Harris gets to the 21. So the drive, the positive, good drive continues here to start the 3rd quarter. Impressively done so far. Harris, again, contact at the middle, able to push forward. Positive yards for about 3 or 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Sidney quickly gets everybody lined up. They get back onto the line of scrimmage. Take a look over at the coaching staff. Along the line of scrimmage to the left, the handoff. And that's Brown. He is hit up high and pulled over backwards. So a short gain by Brown there on 2nd down. 3rd down, 4 yards from the Butler 15-yard line. Sidney would love to get a touchdown in this possession. Dunham hands off to Harris, and boy, the Butler defense really clogs the middle. Important decision now, 4th down. Do you bring a pretty reliable kicker in, or do you go for it? And I have 4th down. It would be from the 15, about a 32-yarder, so they will snap it on 4th down. So 4th and 4 from the 15, and this is a key play to keep a very good drive so far going. Dunham will pass. The pass incomplete as a short, so the drive stalls on the Butler 15-yard line. A tough break, but pretty good performance by Sidney, moving the ball down the field. They'll have to hope now their defense can get a quick 3 and out, and their offense can go right back to work. So although no points were scored, a lot of ball game left. So not all is lost. At least you showed you can move the ball. A lot of ground yardage was gained by Caleb Harris, leading the way. And the defense come up with another good stop here with the Butler offense. And they get a good start there as Ryan Martin not much working for him. And that'll bring up 2nd and long. Christian Retterer on the tackle of Martin. As I mentioned in that first half, Martin had those 2 rushing touchdowns, a 6-yard rushing score and a 1-yard touchdown run to give him his 14th and 15th rushing touchdown on a season. Mason Motter, he's strung out. And little yards again gained there. Good job by the Sidney defense. So Josh Harlett in on the tackle. So again, you talk about big plays, and I know there's 5+ minutes in the 3rd quarter and then the entire 4th quarter, but if you can get Butler stopped here on 3rd down and 10, you force them to punt. Your offense, which looked pretty good the last drive, can get back on the field, and they will get a good stop here as Motter nowhere to run, and the defense comes up with a nice play. Braden Dean again making that initial contact stop, and the punt units will exchange positions on the field, and dropping back as number 1, Quamir Brown, 5'9" freshman. Important now to make sure with this great opportunity, no penalties on the kick, and make sure you secure the catch. Line drive will bounce, go sideways, and it will go out of bounds at about the 47. The punt there off the foot of number 17, Andrew Boren. And the Yellow Jacket offense exchanges high fives with the special teams, and they had a good drive to start the 3rd quarter, came up scoreless. Be interesting to see once if they can take that advantage, that momentum they had, and put it back to work here. They'll have good field position starting on the 47. A lot of that last drive came on the feet, if you will, of Caleb Harris, who had 32 rushing yards in the first half. He had probably that and then some on that last drive himself. Harris, running room around the right side, 1st down yardage, and will be tapped out of bounds for a 1st down carry of about 13 yards. So move the chains, and you got to like what you're seeing now. Good job by the offensive line, and also Caleb Harris. A lot of good running, a lot of good blocking, as he will be in the backfield now as Dunham, the quarterback, off the field. This is Harris with a direct snap. I'm sorry, that's 24, E.J. Davis. And he loses the football. With the ball and going the other direction is number 2, Nicholas Coyle. And he will take it to the house, a defensive score. Tough break for the Yellow Jackets. A good play by Nicholas Coyle. A defensive touchdown right when everything was going in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Not real sure how that all took place, but a tough break as the Yellow Jackets cough it up their 4th turnover. And with the defensive score, the Butler Aviators now on top 20-3 with a PAT pending. Snap is down, the kick is blocked, recovered. And of all things, when you actually do get it, you can't return a missed PAT in high school, or else there would have been sure points. So that block will be, at least keep it at 20. This is going to be the strip just going in there and taking it away is Nicholas Coyle. Good defensive play by Nicholas Coyle. And didn't quite get the yardage. I know it was probably down on probably the 35 maybe of Butler where he stripped it, maybe the 40. And returned it the rest of the way for the defensive, I guess, fumble recovery. So tough break. Now the Yellow Jackets down 20-3 are going to have to turn it up again. That's their 4th turnover. But Take another look at that play here. We'll see once where the ball was stripped away. So that's the, I'm guessing right inside the 40. Maybe the 35-yard line, and Coyle goes in for the touchdown. Fumble recovery. Again, will the Yellow Jackets be able to overcome that? And they're going to get a chance to go right back to work here with 4:19 left to go in the third quarter. And they get a good start here as Retterer gets it across the 36, 37-yard line. And yeah, with all that said, keep in mind, Sidney did block the point after touchdown. So keep that in play here. That could turn out to be a big play, and I'm not recalling who got their paw on it, but that could be an important play. You never know. It's little things like that that can come back later, maybe to haunt, in this case, Butler. And so can't give up. You got to keep making your plays and see if that missed extra point comes into play here at the end of the game. Right now, though, Sidney needs to make some plays to get that chance or force that opportunity. They go through the air. Nice pass, nice catch. Roberts caught it. He was thrown down. He hit the back of his head on the turf. That went from the 35-yard line all the way down to the 36. So it was a great catch as Roberts in stride. When he was tackled, he banged his head on the ground. We'll let the medical staff take a look at him. We'll take a break here at NKTelco Sports.
Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road CDLA driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package, is an equal opportunity employer, and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopaydoor.com/careers.
Good to see Roberts, number 8, run off the field on his own power. Hopefully maybe just with landing on his back, maybe knock the wind out of him. And he's on the sideline right now, and he had a great catch. About a 29-yard passing catch from quarterback Ryan Dunham to Raytez Roberts. Roberts, a 6'1" senior wide receiver. And instantly Sidney in Butler territory. Harris has been good this half, as that time he stopped for short gain. So Roberts, number 8, back into the game already. So good to see that he's fine. 2nd and 9. 3:35 and counting. A lot of momentum here in the second half, but unfortunately no points to show for it, and instead points for Butler on the big defensive fumble strip. As there's a whistle, the play will be stopped. Penalty against Sidney. That will push the Yellow Jackets back false start. So that'll give them, put them out of system now at 2nd down and about 2nd down and 14, that's right. 2 lines to gain. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors again here coming up after this play that have helped us bringing you this telecast, and without them we can't bring you this. And tonight it's GWAC, Greater Western Ohio Conference Football, the American North Division, with the Sidney Yellow Jackets and the Butler Aviators. Long pass again down the field. Roberts is there. Off of his hands, incomplete. Nice thrown ball, but not able to come down with the catch was Roberts. Some of our sponsors include Wilson Health, Caring Without Limits, Precision Strip, ButlerStore.com, Wagner's IGA, serving communities for over 95 years, Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door, Moran's Refrigerations, your appliance expert serving Northwest Ohio for over 70 years. 3rd down, in and out of the hands, an incomplete pass intended for Lathan Jones, and that'll bring up 4th down in a punting unit. Our other suppliers include PSG Automotive Outfitters, Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime, Swiderman Pharmacy. Pharmacies located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta. New Knoxville Supply, Cargill, Minster Dental Care, and Francis Furniture. Once again, thank you to those fine sponsors that allow us to bring you this, and tonight it's high school football. And right now it's 4th and 14, and Dunham will punt it away. It will go out of bounds. Would also like to mention our keys to the game sponsor this evening was brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Thank you to Keyhole Pizza, located in Newport, Ohio, for being our sponsor tonight for our keys to the game. And the replays that you've been seeing tonight have been brought to you by Winners Meat. Quality meats for over 90 years. At the end of this game, I'll be selecting a player of the game. And that award tonight is being brought to you by NKTelco. And our longtime scoreboard sponsor, of course, has been First National Bank. Think First, our scoreboard sponsor. I'm Jeff Henshin, and I am bringing you this game tonight. We're just about to the end of the third quarter as the Aviators on top 20-3. And boy, if you read the stat column in quarter number 3, you'd see a lot of yards for Sidney, and you would see about 6 yards for Butler, but you would also see the score in the third quarter that Butler has a touchdown and Sidney has 0. So that's the stat that matters the most. And defensive fumble, strip recovered or returned for a touchdown. The 4th turnover of the game committed by Sidney has them trailing 20-3 as they again will. Did they get a turnover here? They had Martin held up. A lot of hands pointing. It's the guy in the white hat that matters, and the yellow shirts indicate ahead of time it's a turnover. So as I mentioned, the 4 turnovers by Sidney. They get a big one here from Butler, and it couldn't come at a better time or place as we're nearing the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. They get the ball in Butler territory at the 26-yard line, 25-yard line. So good job by that defensive unit. They've done a really nice job tonight playing defense. So the offense needs to get a couple of plays here, make some plays. And they'll go back to Caleb Harris. And he will go forward for about 4. So good job. The stripping, I believe, was the ball away from Martin. He's been a good ball carrier tonight. Number 25, Ryan Martin, he coughs it up. Sidney, I'm not real sure who recovered it or who stripped it, but good job by them. 2nd down and 6. Clock running, 1.5 minutes. Pitch out to Caleb Harris. He's looking for blocks, stumbles forward. Momentum takes him down short by probably a yard of the first down. A score here and an extra point would cut it back to 10. But really, it's going to become time is going to be working against him. I know it's a lot of the fourth quarter is still yet to come, but boy, you need a score here pretty quick. As if he got it, it won't be by much, but Caleb Harris moves the line forward. Trying to look across the field here. It looks like it's a first down. And I think they might pull the chains, or are they going to? They will take an official's timeout here, so. Or did they move the chains? Oh, they're going to measure. Here we go. Should have a pretty nice view maybe of this, as we can hope that the chains come up short. And that is just enough for the first down, so good job there by Harris. As a good angle there from our cameraman Kurt Kuffner down there on the 20-yard line. Also, we have Tyler Wolf on the other 20-yard line, and up top, under cover, not getting wet, is Bryce Hamrick. So not real sure how that all worked out, but Bryce staying dry and Kurt and Tyler getting wet. Nonetheless, a first down for the Yellow Jackets. Harris is stuffed right at line of scrimmage. In on a tackle for Butler's number 45. He was right there at point of contact, Ryan Logan. Ryan Logan, nice tackle. Again, did not allow Harris to break free. I'd also like to thank our production staff tonight, Isaac Sell and Ian Bullheimer in the van, making the calls and showing you what we're seeing from Sidney Memorial Stadium. Week number 9 of high school football. And a whistle on the field. And that is the end of the third quarter. So 3 12-minute quarters are in the books. 12 minutes remain. Sidney finds themselves down by 17. We'll come back with more high school football on NKTelco Sports.
Moran Refrigeration in St. Mary's is celebrating 70 years in business. We are committed to offering you top name brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, Samsung, Fisher & Paykel, and Speed Queen. Come in and experience the one-on-one personal service that you won't get from big box stores. Our delivery and installation specialists will assure you that your purchases arrive safely and are installed properly. Moran Refrigeration, exceeding your expectations.
PSG Automotive Outfitters, your truck accessory headquarters.
Welcome back. An important part of the game here now as the start of the fourth quarter. Just 12 minutes remain, but Sidney needs to get some points on the board and in a hurry. It's 2nd down 11. Dunham back to pass. Pressured, steps up, room to run. He could get to the house. Boy, he's knocked down with a solid tackle at about the 6-yard line. Tackle by Gavin Casella. First down carry. Boy, Dunham was smoked or hit hard. He holds on to the ball. So first down and goal. And Harris will fight down to about the 3-yard line. That's where he will be stopped. So things are getting pretty interesting here. Sidney usually goes pretty quick. Second down 3. 11:20 clock running. Handoff to Harris, and he will make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Good run there by number 11, Caleb Harris. An important point after touchdown now will come from the foot of Hallie Truesdale. And the offense comes through as a nice drive following the turnover. Truesdale on to kick the extra point. It is blocked. So the point after touchdown is blocked. It remains a 2-possession game at 11. We'll take another look here at the touchdown run by Caleb Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. So 11 minutes, 10 seconds left. A much needed touchdown after a lot of missed opportunities or mistakes by the offense has led to some points for Butler. Becomes critical again if that defense can come up with another stop. They've done really a nice job controlling Butler tonight, and need to get the ball back and get another touchdown or score on the board. It's a 2-possession game, so ultimately I guess you could settle for a field goal and then rely on a touchdown 2-point conversion, but Well, you'd like to get the ball back first and then see once if your offense can get a touchdown. And the 11-10 mark is where Harris went in, again, for his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. I think it was about a 6-yard rushing touchdown. So new life here for the Yellow Jackets. And like I said, they've dominated the second half, but still trail on the scoreboard. So work to do, and 11 minutes, 10 seconds to get it done as they sprint out, and we'll watch the kick now from Cam Vordermark on side kick. And I think it went 10. Oh boy, it was close. Beautifully designed. That caught me a little bit off guard, and there was no one from Butler there to recover. And I think Sidney, maybe if they got it, maybe didn't go 10 yards. It was, it's going to be close. So penalty, so must not have gone 10 yards, and they're going to, boy, tough break. Got the big hop you wanted, and it just maybe didn't go far enough. And I think that might, I don't know if that'll force a re-kick. We'll take a look at it here. Quick turnaround. Watch Vordermark turn around real quick. Actually, somebody else kicked it, so they caught him off guard, and it was beautiful. It just, they caught it and carried it over. If they wait, you know, boy, that's you can't blame them. It's right there, and nice. That's a beautifully designed onside kick. I was waiting for Vordermark to go back and kick it, and actually the guy next to him while he was walking back got it, and the ball, beautiful hops, just went 9.5 yards before first contact and needs to go 10. Wow, that's another tough break for the Yellow Jackets tonight. They forced or got a break in the last possession on defense when they forced a turnover. Now with a missed opportunity on the onside kick, Butler in Yellow Jacket territory and got a good chunk of yards on first down. So that really makes this defensive stand here critical. Martin, number 25, in and through the line, and that is a first down. It was valuable time again, continues to tick off. Sidney needs to get 2 scores before this, the forced overtime. And right now they don't have the ball, so first down 10 from the Sidney 37-yard line. Martin in, and this drive following that onside kick opportunity has really been running well here in these first couple runs, as he's got them another 7 yards on the ground. So the defensive units did a nice job. They're anchored by Cooper Collinsworth, the nose tackle, defensive end Joey Bishop. Also defensive end Brandon Dean. There's a good stop. Other defenders are strong safety Josh Hartlett, defensive back Darren Tabor, and a defensive back Josiah Hodkins. Strong safety Caleb Harris as well. Linebacker Seth Klingler, Ryan Cagle, Kristen Townsend, all in that defensive unit. Free safety Cam Vordermark, number 30. So 3rd down and 2. Big plays here. You got to think Butler is in 2-down territory. Can they hold them 2 times? As keeping the ball is number 6. Mason Motter gets near a first down. So 4th down, call it 1 from the 28. They need to get to the 27, 3 feet, big play. 8 minutes, 30 seconds, time running. Motter keeps it. Motter in to the touchdown, or for a touchdown. 28-yard run on 4th down. Big play by the Butler Aviators as Motter makes things a whole lot more difficult for Sidney at the 8:15 mark. It was a big play, and Sidney lined up on the line of scrimmage hoping to get a stop. Motter broke through the line, and then it was a foot race. He's able to win it. The point after touchdown is also good. We'll take another look at it. The score now 27-9 as got a bunch of guys up and really good blocking. He wasn't touched until there, and not much else that Sidney could do as Motter scampers in from 28 yards out, and that's our biggest play of the second half. That might have actually been more yards than it had in the entire second half, but it comes at a big time as that now puts the lead back up to 27-9. And for Butler, Motter now his 5th rushing touchdown on the season, and that came on a big play. If Sidney can get a stop, they get the ball back. Now need to score in a hurry as the clock begins to work against Sidney with just 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Again, this series, the past 10 games have been dominated by Butler. They've won 8 of the past 10 games. Sidney won last year, 55-34 at Butler. And before that, the lone Sidney win came back in the 2009 football season, 21-14 in overtime. That one also at Butler. So it's been a while since the Yellow Jackets have been able to get a victory here at Sidney Memorial Stadium. And it's looking difficult for them tonight, trailing 27-19 or 27-9, which is 8:15 to go. So the offense comes back out on the field. Wind at their back is an advantage here. They do have the wind at their back, so that would be an advantage in the passing game for Dunham. And the first snap here in this drive begins, and they're rolling right. That pass intended for number 8. Ratez Roberts overthrown, pretty well defended, not a big window. They also had number 4, Darren Taborn, kind of on a wheel route. Looked a little like he curled and went down the sideline and wasn't really open either. So give credit to the Butler defense. Pretty much they know to keep things in front of them. Don't give up the big play. Force Sidney to take as much time as possible. That ball is caught. Whoa, maybe he's out of bounds, or did he get it? He did. Quamir Brown, heck of a catch. I couldn't quite tell. That's a big play, a big first down. Ball out to the 48-yard line. Quamir Brown, good catch. Back to offense they go, and that one dropped by Lathan Jones. He was trying to make sure he got his feet in bounds first and then forgot to kind of catch the ball. It happens when you're trying to make a lot of things happen at once, catch and get out of bounds. And that one through his hands. The clock stops with 7:58 left. Ball rests on Sidney's 48. Dunham has thrown some nice spirals with the wind at his back here in the second half, or this drive as well. They flip it out to Caleb Harris. He misses one tackler and then is tackled for a short 3-yard gain as bring up 3rd down and 7. Trying to get one of these guys out in space where they can utilize their speed, and clock continues to run. That's a tough down. We gain 3 yards and lose probably about 20-25 seconds off game clock. Dunham again looking quickly, and pass intended for Roberts off of his hand, out of bounds. Clock stops. Quickly, 4th down and 8. So following a great pass and catch to Quamir Brown, it suddenly becomes a very difficult down at 4th and 8. There you see number 77 briefly there. He had been hurt in the second quarter. He's back. Huffman, Dunham having to roll out. Had a receiver, and it bounces in and out of the hands of Rotez Roberts. So the turnover on downs as Sidney had a chance. Couldn't quite make the play, and that will give the ball to the Butler Aviators with 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter. And they own an 18-point lead. So that was a drive Sidney really would have liked to have gotten points on the board with. It didn't happen. You got to expect that Butler now will run the ball between Martin and or Motter. They've been the two main ball carriers today. And that one goes to number 25, Ryan Martin. And really, they just need to keep their hands on the football and get 3 to 4 yards at a crack and move the chains, and this victory will be theirs, as every time they run the ball for positive yards and every time they gain a first down, the chances for Sidney to get the ball back and get back in this ball game really diminishes. So again, we've had a lot of rain tonight. Right now it's not raining at all, so it's dry conditions, if you will, as there's a big opening by Ryan Martin. He will fall forward across the 40 to the 39. It's a first down for Butler. A new set of downs. And for the Sidney Yellow Jackets, this is the week number 9. They came in with the game plan of getting the W and then trying to finish out the home season with another win. Try to finish 6-4 right now. We'll be trying to beat Greenville next week to earn a 5-5 season if this game continues to stay in the favor of Butler. Butler, on the other hand, will go to Tippecanoe next week, so Butler will finish their season with 2 road games. This one obviously here at City, and then they will go to Tippecanoe to finish their Week 10 ball game. City, again, will be, as I said, next week home here with Greenville. Coming into this week, Greenville was 0-3 in league play and 3-5 overall. So Motter using all of the play clock. It's down to 1 or 2, or I should say 2 or 1 seconds before he snaps it, and he pretty much runs through probably a worn down, maybe defensive line, if you will. They've played pretty well in that last 4th down attempt in the last possession. Motter runs through it for 28 yards and really deflated the energy level of the defense. They, again, given the first part of the game, first quarter, had to defend a short field, and Butler's first 3 for sure, maybe 4 possessions, and only yielded a touchdown or in the short field, and then maybe 1 drive where Butler got their other one, and then a defensive score early in the 3rd quarter for Butler. And it wasn't until Motter broke through for the 28-yarder that really the defense gave up big play offense or big play to the Butler Aviators, and that's where we stand, 27-9. So the Aviators, no hurry, 2nd down 7. And they last time milked the clock way down, as you can see it in the left side there of the field is where it's at. They can see it very easily. It was down to about 5, and Martin be a loss of 5 or 6 there. That'll bring up now 3rd down 7. Just a number of turnovers tonight for Sidney. 4 turnovers, and then when they did score, I really go back to, that was a very interesting onside kick where Vodemark was walking back. He was the intended kicker, if you will. And then the guy next to him kind of came up as Vodemark was walking back, and Sidney fielded it just a half yard too early. So that negated the possession for Sidney, and that's what set up that final touchdown run on 4th down by Butler, and Mason Motter running hard down the field. Another first down for Motter, down to about the 11, maybe the 12, 13, call it. So they're knocking on the door for more points. And it's got to be frustrating and tough to continue to play with a lot of intensity right now. You know that you have to, but the game kind of fell out of your hands, if you will. Sydney pretty much dominated the beginning of the third and into the fourth quarter and still lost ground on the scoreboard. And trying to finish out here, week number 9, against a pretty good Butler team that with a win tonight will go to 6 wins and 3 losses. They've done a nice job turning their season around under head coach John Puckett in his first season. As we reach the 3-minute mark. Also want to remind everyone at the conclusion of this game, I'll be selecting a player of the game. That award is being brought to you by NKTelco Sports. Martin with the carry up the middle, as again a host of Yellow Jackets there to stop Martin, as they are in no real concern to try to score right now and just taking what they're getting and making sure they hold on to the ball. Although a pretty sizable lead for Butler, a lot of things have to go wrong for them right now to let Sydney get back into this game as we approach the final 2 minutes. 3rd down 5. Those replays that you've been seeing tonight, remember, they've been brought to you by Winners Meats. Quality meats for over 90 years. Thank you to Winners Meats for our replay sponsors that you've been seeing tonight. There's a penalty late on that carry by Mason Motter. He took it down to about the 3-yard line, and right there is where the penalty was thrown. Penalty against the Aviators, so that'll push the ball back. Minute 49 right now, the clock stopped. Also want to remind everyone again, our Keys to the Game sponsor this evening brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, located in Newport, Ohio. Thank you, Keyhole Pizza, for our Keys to the Game. Our scoreboard sponsor, as you see it there on your screen, First National Bank, think first. Some of those fine sponsors that have allowed us to bring you these games weekly as we wind down the football season, and we still have volleyball action. I'll be in Van Wert next week for the girls volleyball district championships with games against St. Henry versus Marion Local, New Bremen versus Fort Recovery, 4 of the best teams in the state of Ohio scoring it off in Van Wert. And only 1 team will advance then on Thursday to the regionals. Again, we'll have that on NKTelco. Next Friday night, we're at Minster for the New Bremen-Minster football game. As those 2 towns will square off. New Bremen have a nice year. Minster, again, having a good year. Playoff implications on the line there. So that's going to be a fun game to do. And before you know it, we'll be in the basketball season. So sit back and enjoy these telecasts here on NKTelco Sports. 4th down 10. We'll see once if how Butler wants to handle this final time here. They will either take a delayed game or call a timeout. They take the timeout. We'll take one with them. We're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Final 45 seconds. And Butler will attempt the field goal from number 17, Andrew Bourne. Ball on the 13. 30-yard kick is blocked. And I think it's a live ball, although now they're going to have to, they would have had possession out near maybe where the kick was blocked. Never for sure how these rules in high school, college, and pros all are different, but block kick, and they will get possession. Let's see here, at the 1-yard line. So probably they would have left it go. They might have got it back on the 20. I'm not real sure, but only 35 seconds to go. So the final 35 seconds. Number 19, Ryan Dunham, take a snap in his own end zone, so don't want to obviously give Butler any more points. So just be smart to get the ball out of the end zone. They do that. And that could be our final play of the game. We'll see once if Sydney wants to run another play or not. They will line up, and they will apparently snap the ball. They don't have to. And apparently they will not. So that's how your game will finish in favor of Butler, 27-9. They go to a very impressive 6-3 on the season. Sydney will drop below 500 to 4-5, and I believe that's the first time this season that they have lost back-to-back games. So a tough night for the Yellow Jackets, as again they drop back under 500. And we will take a short break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Sydney Memorial Stadium on NKTelco Sports.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more. New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CERA and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slankowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
Welcome back to Sydney Memorial Stadium, where the Aviators of Butler have defeated the Yellow Jackets of Sydney by a score of 27-9. And we'll take a look at the stats. And The score obviously is the only one that really matters, but if you look at the rushing yards, the Aviators pile up nearly 200 yards, 199. And a lot of that came in about their last possession or so of the game where they milked it down against the Yellow Jackets. 141 rushing yards for Yellow Jackets of Sidney. Passing yards in favor of Sidney, just 2 passing yards for Butler. They only were 1 of 4 in the night for 2 yards. Sidney 8 of 23 for 91 yards and 2 interceptions. Total yards in favor of Sidney. But the big stat below that, the 4 turnovers really cost the Yellow Jackets tonight. The 1 turnover by the Butler Aviators did result in a touchdown, I believe, later on by Sidney, but the 4 by the Yellow Jackets costly. Third down conversions pretty even. The Butler Aviators did not do much with the ball in the second half until late in the game. A big 4th down play, 4th and 1 inside of Sidney territory, and Mason Motter bust through the line for a 28-yarder, and that put the score at 27-9, and that's where the score ended. Halftime score was 14-3. Sidney scored a 26-yard field goal from Hallie Truesdale with 15 seconds to go to get on the board, trailed 14-3, came out in the second half, really dominated the offense early on. First possession, drove down the field, were stopped on downs. The defense got the ball back for them, and they cashed in, then did Sidney in the, as they were moving down the ball, I should say, before that, the next drive, that's when they committed the 4th turnover. Nick Coyle of Butler strips and goes the other way, the ball away from Sidney's running back and goes the distance for a touchdown that made it 20-3. Sidney quickly responded back at 11:10 to go in the game when Caleb Harris scored a 6-yard touchdown to make it 20-9 and tried an onside kick that was very well designed. It comes up a half-yard short, and that's when Butler pretty much then took over, got the 28-yard touchdown by Motter, make it 27-9. That's basically where the game ended. So, tough break for Sidney as they fall below 500. They lose back-to-back times for the first time this season. I'd like to announce that our player of the game tonight will go to Sidney's running back, Caleb Harris. He had 109 yards rushing. He had 13 yards receiving. He scored their lone touchdown, as I mentioned, in the 4th quarter. And congratulations to Caleb Harris, our player of the game. So that will wrap things up here for Week 9 high school football. I'd like to thank our staff tonight. They included camera people down on the field in the weather, Tyler Wolf and Kurt Kuffner. Up here at midfield next to me tonight, undercover but still in the environments, Bryce Hamrick. And for our assistant director tonight, Ian Bullheimer. And to our director tonight, making his last call on NKTelco, Isaac Sell. Thank you, Isaac, for 9 good years. We wish you luck with your next endeavor. Again, our fine producer, 9 or 10 years is what I'm being told. But thank you, Isaac, and good luck. He was our director tonight, making his final NKTelco production. So that will do it here from Sidney Memorial Stadium. Once again, your final score, Butler 27, Sidney 9. Thanks for watching here on NKTelco Sports.